or win you one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Rams take over first and 10.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Robinson off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Robinson. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
1:55 left to go in the first half of play. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check 13. Check him.
Here's Hines. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
56. Slam. 5 wide. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. He's coming. We got double up. SOS.
Allen gonna throw. He's got his tight end Fant. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Check 52.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, tight. Back. Pass 85. Switch gears. Alert. Check 26. Check 26. Check.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Hold. Here we go.
Allen now on first down. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
5 wide. 22. Let him know. Hey, wahoo! What? Regular. Monday. Sponge. No.
Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Bravo. Tens the mic. Danny. 36.
Allen from the gun, he'll throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, box truck.
First and 10. 38.
Watch points alert. Check 99. Slam. Hey, home. Bang.
Allen now looks to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
To the air, Allen. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Pass 85, pass 85. Mike 10. It's coming this way, Here we go. On 52. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check out. Wall. Get wall.
And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, home. Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Man, that's trash. Motion. Alert. Watch twist. Middle. Kill. Turn up.
Throwing now is Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Geno Atkins got home that time.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. Happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Pick it up, defense. Let's get it up. Show it.
Throwing after the interception, Robinson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a give, right side. Hines. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
319! Time to go, night. Tight into the right, boy, tight into the right. Move! Alert! Hey, zoom! Record! Shit!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Here's Robinson to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collected. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Robinson now, throwing on first down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Rams 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
We want it. Hey, tight. No. Tight dog.
From the gun, Allen. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hatchet. Switch it. 56. Check 25.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Robinson. Going to throw again. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Rams on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Robinson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw. Robinson going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And no, it's incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal.
Joker, 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 Joker. Jack! Kill, 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 kill. Shift, shift. Go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Hey, Charlie. 5 wide. He's checking crap. Half. What's that?
Operating from the gun. Allen. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Robinson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now Robinson throwing on 4th down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
1st down, Los Angeles.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Strong right. Hey, watch 19. Defense wins championship with the ball.
Robinson on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back back to throw. Robinson, he's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
At the 29-yard line. Today's final score, Vikings 28.